My name is Rouge the Bat, better known as the treasure hunter Rouge. I was able to put a transmitter on that old man's machine when he first appeared. I can't tell you why, just yet. Then I tracked and followed him to this pyramid, but couldn't get in because the door was sealed. Maybe I need to find a key or something to get in. This is Rouge. I've located Eggman's base and will proceed to enter it now. I hate to say it. I guess I'm going to have to find that key first.
Alright, so now we are on a mission to find Eggman, but first we need to find the keys. So, if you hide in the shadows, you won't get spotted by these giant security robots, which is actually very important with this game. And another Sonic Adventure throwback is E102 Gamma is back. Well, he's not really back. They just recycled his model to be basically to work as magnets. If we head over here, we get our first power-up, the pick nails, which gives us the ability to dig underground, and additionally in walls as well. Because in the first Sonic Adventure we didn't get to dig in the walls, which is a new addition to this game. And that was the second key, which was in another Gamma robot, coincidentally. So I actually turned around because of those security robots I mentioned earlier. But when I went this way, just so happened, the third emerald piece was in this section, at the beginning of the stage. So, lucky me, I suppose, and look at that ghost there.
It's gotta be close.
So here I am just trying to find the emerald piece around here, because I really have no idea where it is. I'm just digging around like an idiot. This is, I mentioned the flaws of the radar system in this game in the first part of the Let's Play. And just finding this emerald piece right here, finding this key right here is a prime example of how flawed the radar system is. And it was fine the way it was in the first Sonic Adventure, and then they just changed it. Now we have to find. I wasn't trying to rely on any hints, but I just couldn't find this emerald piece, which just so happens to be right here. It's retarded, and that's my biggest complaint on the radar system in this game. But in the end, we still got an A rank.
How is that?
So, moving on with the story.
It's a space transporter. The destination has been set to ARK? Wasn't that space colony shut down over 50 years ago? What's he doing up there anyway? Doesn't matter. It's my mission to find out what he's up to.
I'm Dr. Eggman, the greatest scientific genius of the world. I went to the Space Colony ARK, as Shadow told me to do. What's in this? I have to find out. So this is the Space Colony ARK. I have to locate the central control room that Shadow mentioned before he left.
Alright, so now we are taking control of Eggman once again in Lost Colony, the third Eggman stage. And this is hands down the darkest stage in the whole game. And honestly, Sonic games are known for having dark stages. is specifically this one that's really dark. But you have to be really careful around here because you never know. I mean, it's kind of hard to see the gun robots around here. You could run into a lot of gun wings that fly straight through you, and then there are a lot of beetles around. And the funny thing is, gun wings and gun beetles are actually have similar models, except that the gun wings actually fly around. The beetles just float around, basically. Now, in this section, we actually get the first Eggman power-up in the game, which is our hovering ability, something that E102 Gamma got in the first game. And here it is, the jet engine. So if we press the jump button after jumping, we can float. And I think we just hit Omochao, which is an okay thing to do, I guess. If you really hate Omochao, this is the game to take your anger out on him, because you can constantly just smack him, especially with Eggman. With the other four characters, I mean, especially with Eggman and Tails, you can actually shoot Omochao. With the other four characters, you can actually grab Omochao and throw him, or throw it. And you also want to be careful to look out for the Hornets. I believe that they're called the Hornets. But they're basically these robots. Basically, they're the robots that actually just float around, and they have circular weapons attached to his body, and it will release his weapons, and then eventually it will shoot the weapons at you. That's basically what the Hornets are. But it's really, well, I can't really say that it's completely hard to see. If you shoot the robots, it gives you a little bit of light. It gives you temporary light, basically. And you just want to aim at as many robots as you possibly can, because shooting robots helps. And it's all about the points. It's all about the points. But it's actually easy to get A ranks. Well, as long as you don't die. It's pretty easy to get A ranks in the shooting stages. In the treasure hunting stages, to get an A rank in the treasure hunting stages, you basically have to find the emerald pieces, the keys, as fast as possible. Depending on how fast you find the emerald pieces, depends on the bonus points that you get with finding them. Like if you find an emerald piece as fast as possible, you get a max amount of 200 points. I mean, not 200 points, 2,000 points, which is a lot of points. And there aren't a lot of points required for treasure hunting stages. You just gotta find the emerald pieces really fast, basically. And that's the end of that stage. Talking really passes the time, actually. But even though the stage was almost 5 minutes. And we got ourselves an A rank. Moving on.
I've been waiting for you, Doctor. Now, I will show the glorious achievement of what the world's leading scientist, Professor Gerald, has created. The Ark was the first space colony created by mankind. Not many people know that the Ark contained a top-secret research facility where weapons of mass destruction were being created. This is one of them, a weapon capable of destroying an entire planet, codenamed the Eclipse Cannon.
Destroying an entire planet? Was this my grandfather's legacy?
But it's been deactivated for some time now. To reactivate it, large amounts of energy are necessary.
Oh, so that's why we needed the Chaos Emerald.
Exactly. To reactivate the machine, we need the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Once you have that, then you have the ultimate power of destruction to use as you please. And then, the world could be yours.
Sounds like a plan. I like the way you think, Shadow. I will get the Chaos Emeralds, use the machine to dominate the world and build a legacy
Do you
of my
really
own.
think it will be that easy? I've got a great idea. How about making a deal?
Deal?
When you grabbed that huge emerald, you said something about a reaction. A reaction that it may have with the Master Emerald. Now, if you could just let me borrow that radar, I may be able to help you. What do you think?
If I do, what's in it for me?
I have an idea where the other Chaos Emeralds may be. They may not look like it, but do you know that I am a treasure hunter that specializes in all kinds of jewels?
Very well.
Okay then, it's a deal. I don't think we've been introduced. I'm Rouge the Bat, but you can call me Rouge.
Having to come back isn't my idea of a vacation. How can you be sure your intelligence reports are correct? Why would the Chaos Emeralds be here on the island? Are you absolutely sure?
Well, believe what you want to believe.
Very well, very well. Let's discuss how we are going to do this. I will go in first and distract the military troops, allowing you to sneak in the base without being detected. Then, Shadow will enter the armory, where he will set the timer on these dynamite packs. Once that is in place, we will blow up the whole island and get away before anyone has a chance to know what hit them. Meanwhile, you'll have to sneak into the cargo area and grab the Chaos Emerald. That's a challenge for such a worthy treasure hunter as yourself, isn't it, Batgirl? We only have 30 minutes to pull this mission off, and we only get one try, so don't fail me.
Alright, that was a lot of dialogue, but we are finally taking control of the game again. This is Dr. Eggman's 4th stage, Weapons Bin. And it actually lives by his name, too, because there are so many inactive gun robots around here. And basically Eggman needs to make as much noise as possible, allowing Rouge to sneak in to the military base, which is basically why these things are laying around here. And I'm not sure if you guys just saw, but Big the Cat is actually on top of that roof, but you can barely see him, unfortunately. And we have the large cannon, and which the large cannon gives us the ability to destroy iron crates, which we didn't have the ability to do so before. But now our Vulcan cannon shots are stronger than ever. But other characters in the game get power-ups like that, where you get to break through iron crates I mean, every character gets a power-up like that. Basically, also, I want to talk about something that actually confuses the players when they're trying to get an A rank in this stage. When the stage starts, you see all these inactive gun hunters, right? And you think, obviously, people think that the right idea is to destroy every single one in one whole combo. But that's not the thing that you want to do when you're trying to if you're trying to go for an A rank, especially. You see, here are these inactive gun robots, right? The max amount of bonus points that you can get in this game by aiming at 11 robots at a time is 2,000 points. That's a perfect combo, basically. And if you aim at more than 11 robots, it's not going to go past 2,000. It will always be 2,000, no matter how many more than 11 robots that you aim at. So, if you're trying to go for a perfect combo, you want to aim at least 11 robots at a time, and not more than that. Like, for example, let's say there are like 20 or 22 robots. The ideal thing to do would be to aim at 11 at a time, and not 22. Because that would actually mess up your ranking, because you're not getting the amount of points that you should be getting. You're not getting the amount of bonus points that you should get. Like see, I'm taking my time with these robots by aiming at a few at a time, so I can get as many bonus points as I can. But one thing that could, if you do that, if you do what I'm doing, basically, then you'll be just fine. You'll have that A rank in no time. Look at how many points I have. I'm bound to get an A rank at this point. But I'm actually having a hard time aiming at these things because I'm getting shot by a lot of these gun robots. And oh my goodness, that gun robot right there was called a gun hawk. I like to think of them as like the big brothers of the gun beetles and the gun wings, because that's kind of what they look like just by looking at the head of them. But yeah, that's the end of Weapons Bed. This is probably my favorite Eggman stage in the whole game, because you can just commit so much destruction. It's the true meaning of being able to... to me, it's like the true meaning of playing as the bad guy, playing as Dr. Eggman. You get to do all this stuff, and I think it's just amazing. But next time, we'll be meeting up with a couple of old friends of ours that